Yo guys, back with another video. Today we're going to be doing a Outlaw Rogue since it won the pool, so we're going to be doing Outlaw Kyrian. There is a Venthyr guide to this, so there is a Venthyr rotation that I could do, and I've actually seen Nesper and a lot of other people playing it. So I think Venthyr might be better, but I don't think it's better for consistent damage. I think Kyrian's way better for consistently having damage. Venthyr is really good at having like that huge burst opportunity to just do unhealable damage for like 20 seconds, and then after you're just doing minimum damage. But as Kyrian, you're just doing unhealable damage the entire game. So we're gonna go with your talents first. Your talents are gonna be, you can run quick draw. If you run quick draw, you need to be running what's it? You need to be running. Let's see, where is it? Right here. So there's a bunch of legendaries that you can go, but if you're running this, you need to be running the Sinister one. So it hits. So basically, once you hit, there's a 40% chance. It has a buff that comes up, so I'll show you right now. So I'll Sinister, 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 Sinister. Anytime now to give me a proc. Yeah, it finally gives me a proc. Now when I shoot my pistol, right? I shoot my pistol, it hits him 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So basically that's what that legendary. I don't know why it was not just coming up, but I just got RNG, screwed. But your talents are going to be going, I'm going to be going with this legendary first. So the one that I go with and I like better, honestly, I kind of like this for the consistent amount of damage. I haven't done much with the other legendary. In general, I just don't like playing Outlaw because it's like a dampener. It's like you're just killing stuff. There's a lot of legendaries that you can use, but I like this one better. This is just my personal, but what you're going to go here is you're going to get Weapon Master when you're running this. So the green skin, you're going to be running Weapon Master. You're going to be running Acrobatic. You're not really going to switch these. Maybe you might switch that for that, but I'd still go with Weapon Master. So in between here, you can run Mark for Death or Strat. So anything that's not a double DPS, I would run Deeper Strat. Anything that is a double DPS, like Rogue Mage or anything with double DPS, I'd run Mark for Death because you just won't have enough time to get cooldowns off a cheap shot. And then, as you can see, like if they're an Orc, you'll get a 2-second cheap shot. And basically, it's just not going to get any cooldowns from them. When Outlaw is consistent damage, it's not really based around doing that burst damage. So, yeah, I run, Mark for Death versus double DPS versus healer DPS. I run Strat. It's really good for Kinny sapping. So, like, if you get 7 comm points, you Kinny him. As you can see, it's 7 seconds, and then you can vanish sap. It's really good. So, the 35 row. Now, same thing here. If it's double DPS, I would run Cheat Death. If it's not, I'd run Elusiveness. Now, basically, what this will do is if you pre it before a stun, or if they're doing damage to you, let's say you have they're just doing unhealable damage. So let's say the warrior pops burst, you have a druid attacking you, a priest hitting you, you want to feint, and for that whole 5 seconds, you're going to be taking a lot less damage from everything. So it's really good, and it's a super short cooldown. It's 15-second cooldown, so you can basically just spam it off cooldown whenever you're taking damage, or before it's done. It's really good if you can do that. The next one, Blinding Powder. This is basically reduces your blind. So if you were to run the Vanish legendary that shorts your blind, you're getting like 40-second blinds. It's pretty nuts. So as you can see, I blind here, and it's already 1 minute and 30 instead of 2-minute cooldown. So that's really good. Always want to go with that. Elicity, always, or electricity. I don't even know. Alacrity. Sure. Yeah, I already know. I'm already gonna hear about it. It's alright. The next one is gonna be Blade. These don't switch. These 3 always use. Don't switch them. It's bad. For these, I go with Turn of the Tables. Now, it usually is gonna look like this. So it's gonna go Enduring, Float of the Butterfly, and then you can go with, let's say you're facing. Honestly, this is good, but at the same time, it's either gonna be running Disarm, you'll be running Tricks, depending on what you're playing, or you're gonna be taking Take or Cut. I don't think you should run this. I don't even know why I had that. I think I was testing something. But this is going to be your go-to whenever you can't disarm. I would not go with movability. It's just, this is too good. So like when you roll the bones, you're getting this huge haste buff. It's pretty crazy. So if you're not disarming anything, just run Take Your Cut. So if you can disarm like a warrior or a rogue, run disarm. If they're not, run Take Your Cut. That's basically for your talents. Not much more you're switching out of that. Now, with your Kyrian, you're going to be going with my guy right here. And there's really not going to change. You're always going to run this dude. My little, I don't know, I was going to call him a penguin, but that's a sketchy one. So it's going to go down the row with, you're going to be going with Count the Odds, which also helps your chance to grant the Roll of the Bones. It's really good. And Ambush and Dispatch. Actually, I didn't even read any of these, honestly. I just know they're, who cares? Just put what I got. This is going to be a short guide. I'm giving you guys the information. Take the information, put it down, win games. You guys will thank me later. Nobody wants to sit here and talk about every conduit. I'm going to tell you what to put, you put it, or I will come for you in your sleep, buddy. Not playing these games anymore. Next one, you're going to be going quick decision. What this will allow you to do is go from all the way to outer space to all the way to Jupiter. So, look, as you can see, there's no way impossible somebody is running away from you. Look at this. Yeet, bye. I'm gone. So if you do this, this is basically your go-to be the sketchy one. So if you want to kite somebody or get to somebody, it's impossible for you not to get to somebody with this. So you just use that and go across the world, because why not? The game's awful. But the next one, you're going to be going with Recuperator. Now what this does is Recuperator is what I meant. I don't know what I even said. But I'm trying to be sketchy one. So Recuperator, basically what this is doing, you want to have slice and dice up the entire game, every time, all day, every day, no matter what, have it up. So what I do is I get combo points like before I'm gonna kidney. So like if you're 1v1ing somebody, get a full combo point, 40 seconds, and now what this will do is heal you over time. So I'm actually getting healed and it's helping my auto attack damage, so like my melee damage, as you can see. So my melee damage is helping me hit faster, and it's also hitting me or healing me. So we're getting huge beneficial out of that. Rule the Bones, I just go with this. I mean, this is just crazy, like super kind of broke, depending on how you use it. If you just don't just use I mean, Rule the Bones is good to use off cooldown, but I usually like to use it right before I kidney. Not like every other kidney. So like if you kidney somebody and you use it before you kidney, you're obviously not gonna wait 40 something seconds to kidney again. You're gonna kidney off the R. But like if you can set those up to where you're getting kidneys with them instead of just using it for pure out damage, I think it's really good. Especially if you get like a 5 roll. I mean, if you get a 5 roll, you're just killing everything. No matter what, it's not going to matter. So that's kind of unfortunate. Now you're going to be going with Triple Threat. Now what this does, obviously, it's going to make your Sinister Strike 20%. It just helps your Sinister, alright? Everyone knows what it is. It's nothing new. Condensed, what this will do is when you take damage, heal for 5%, blah, blah, blah. This can only occur every 10 seconds. Now, what this will do is this is just more healing, more defensive. When somebody hits you every 10 seconds, you're going 5% up in HP. Really good, especially for healing yourself. You're basically just doing unhealable healing to yourself, so it's really nice. Instead of this, you might be able to go prepared if you really are trying to get your evasion back even quicker. But I would just go with this, honestly. I've seen a lot of people going with Cloaked in the Shadows sometimes because they're too scared to like vanish sap, and then they're like, oh no, I have a bleed on me, I'm just gonna come out. You still have those 3 seconds of getting the vanish. So if you vanish, you still have the 3 seconds of vanishing to get the sap. Now it's not the same thing if you stealth. So let's say if you have bleed on you, if you stealth without the legendary, you're coming, or the conduit, you're coming right back out. But if you vanish, you get that 3 seconds of that you cannot come out. So that's your time to sap. And that's basically it for your condies. Now for your, what else? For your stats and all of that stuff. Now with your legendary, I go with green skin. Now I've used the Sinister one as well. I've seen a lot of people using it. It's not terrible. I haven't played enough Outlaw with it to actually think it's better. I think for a lot of consistent damage, I think Between the Eyes is just crazy good. Like it's really, really crazy. Like the amount of consistent damage you're getting is just nuts. I like green skin a lot better than I do the Sinister, but you can eat. It's whatever you prefer. Do you want to do a lot of consistent damage, or do you want to do that huge burst damage on your go? So whenever you click your 7 stacked Between the Eyes, you're gonna just be pumping, and there's nothing they can do about it. So you click this, and you're just pumping them to dirt. As you can see, you're doing 20 carries, and it lasts for a long time. And you're also just doing unhealable damage. So I would go with green skin for your legendary, and for your Unity. Now this Unity actually gives you verse. So I didn't have all the stuff I wanted, so usually I would run, instead of running the haste here, you would run the crit verse. I don't have an upgraded version. If you do, you're going to run the haste, and then you're also going to run this instead of this, so it would look like this with the crit, because the crit's it's a lot better. You get a verse out of it, you get crit, and crit's really good for Outlaw Rogue. But since I don't have it, I just run this. So your Unity, now you can switch your Unity to this, and as you can see, I have 35% verse. Now if I switch it to haste verse, as you can see, I go down in verse even with the gem. So I just use my Unity. You lose a little bit of HP, but you get the verse. So it's not it's not that much of a loss, but at the same time, it is what it is. For your gems, I would just stack full verse, like all verse, as much verse as you can get. Like I'd go verse out on everything, your enchants and your gems. Just go full out verse on everything. Now for your trinkets, you can either, if you're human, you can run relentless, and you can run the haste trinket, which is really insane for Outlaw Rogue. I think it's best in slot if you're playing human with relentless, because you're getting a trinket relentless, and you're getting the haste trinket. It's just you're getting way more beneficial out of it, but Orc's still really good too. I just run the trinket and I run the haste. I usually don't ever run my resonator. I actually deleted my upgraded resonator because whenever you bought the gems from last season, right here, they showed like this. So if you bought them to where you can gem your stuff last season, and they look the same as the resonators. So I just started selling them because they started selling for like 1,000 gold. I just started selling a bunch of them because I had like 20 in my slot bags, and I just started selling them. I just sold my other trinket, and I was like, well, not getting that back. So GG. So for your stats, you're going for verse, you're going for haste, you're going for all if you can. Now your main stats are going to be verse, haste, crit. You want about 20% crit, 21% plus on haste, and you want about 35 to 39% verse. Go for as much verse as possible. Like I know a lot of people like Chun and stuff have 39% verse. I've tried my best, but I'm not gonna switch out certain gear. Like if I switched out this instead of my head, I'd have verse on this and I'd have verse on this. Same thing with here. If you switch, you actually can't switch out that unless you go for the like specific Unity for that, which I don't know if you can. I don't know. I don't think you can. But yeah, I think this will always stay the same. But you can go with this with you're just going for as much verse as possible. That's just the simple way about it. If you can go for as much verse as possible. Now we're gonna be going with the enchants here. On the weapons, just real quick. This will go on the enchants. This is gonna be celestial, and this will be sinful. You don't want to go double scent. You also want to go double sword weapons if you have it. As you can see, I have a 262 weapon on, so it's really bad. But since I only have a verse and a crit weapon on, I'm just using it because I get the extra haste. So if this was upgraded, I get a lot more verse out of it. So I get like at least 6 or something like that. But now we're gonna go with the last thing here, and this is gonna be a rotation. Now, what this is gonna look like basically when you're using this green skin, and you're basically gonna be doing this. So you're gonna open on them, and this is gonna be mid game. So let's say you're facing somebody and you're just getting setups, right? This is non-double DPS. This is just you going out there to get your stuff. So I'm gonna slice and dice here. We're gonna get our stuff back. So as you can see, we get full combo points. We are going to roll the bones, see what we get in our roll, and then we're going to basically, you can pre-shot them. You can use your echoing to get your combo points back, then kidney, and then you're going to burst. You're going to click adrenaline, and you're basically just going to go off of your procs. So you're basically just using your eviscerate / dispatch every go. So you're just stacking up combo points, and as soon as this ends, right, you're going to roll the bones off cooldown, especially when you're pumping. Now your main cooldown that you're going to wonder why you're not clicking it is this. Blade Fury is your most damage ability in the game. This will always be your top damage if they're stacking every game, no matter what. The only problem with this is if you're trying to CC somebody and they're stacking, you have to cancel it. I don't have a cancel macro because I don't. So, oh well. So, whenever you're attacking, so just pure damage, always have this up. Doesn't matter when, always have it up because it gets reset. So, just click it, start doing damage. As you can see, once you're eviscerate, or I'm just going to call it eviscerate, you guys know what I'm talking about. So as you can see, it's going down. So by the time this ends again, you have it up again. And look how much damage it's doing. I'm doing 10k a second. Look at all my damage right now. And this is just by Blade Fury. Blade Fury is stacking up. So Blade Fury is going ham. And as you can see, I have it back. Now we're going to get ready for the kidney shot again. Same thing. Our burst is already back. So what you're going to try to do is you're going to try to go with your echo off your go. So on your burst, try to have your echo. You don't want to just burst without echo because it's not good. So as you can see, we're going to between the eyes. We're going to stack up again. Stacking up. We're going to adrenaline, use our echo, kidney. We're going to Blade Fury, and we're basically going to pump them. We're just pumping. So we're stacking our combo points. We're rolling the bones off cooldown at this point while you're doing your burst rotation. Don't just not click it, because obviously you can see that's just resetting. You're just clicking every button you can. As you can see, you're just clicking these buttons. It doesn't matter in the rotation. It doesn't matter that much as long as you're getting your combo points off and you're also clicking roll the bones and your blade for your off cooldown. You also want to keep up your between the eyes. So as you can see, my between the eyes is on. We're just pumping them. Our slice and dice is going to fall. We're going to redo that. Now, as you can see, our burst is back up. So what we're going to do is roll the bones, use Blade Fury, use between the eyes again, burst, echo, shot, sinister, Kinney, and we're basically going to pump them again. Now we're going on the blue dots. So you want to aim for the highest blue dots if you can. Blade Fury, roll the bones, keep pumping them, and you're basically just pumping them for infinity and beyond. And there's nothing they can do. So if you like, there's 3 people stacking here, so this is 3 people. This is really good in a 3 strat too. Because if you're just spamming Blade Fury, you can just see that I'm just pumping them. And that's basically all your rotation is. Now I'm gonna show you what your rotation is when you are in stealth. So if you're facing double DPS. So, like I said, the rotation isn't hard. You're basically a Fury Warrior. You can click whatever you want. You just Kinney off DR, have Blurry Fury all the time, have Slice and Dice all the time, and you're basically stacking on the blue dots. Whenever you don't have the blue dots, you can Kinney and you'll still have leftover blue dots. So I'm going to Kinney shot him here. And as you can see, even though I just used it, I still have the extra stacks, and you're basically just trying to hit those stacks. And that's about it. Just keeping your Blade Fury up. Roll the bones. You can honestly just roll the bones off cooldown since it resets and try to get a 5. I've really only gotten a 5 like one time ever, so kind of unfortunate. But we're going to go in stealth here. So let's say you're facing double DPS this time. You're going to want to open with a Mark for Death Kinney. Instead of going for all your stuff, you're just going to open with a Mark for Death. So let's say you're facing a Priest Mage or any double DPS. So you're going to sap the other guy if you can. Sap him up. So we're going to sap him. You are going to re-roll the bones. So I'm going to wait until this is up. Advantage. Alright, so what you're going to do is you're going to sap the target, right? You're going to roll the bones before you open. So we're going to roll the bones. We're going to... Actually, why don't I have Mark for Death on this? I actually didn't even have Mark for Death. So you're going to Mark for Death. You're going to pop your burst, Blade Fury, Echo, and then start pumping. And then you're going to go for the next stack you're going to go for is between the eyes. Before the Kinney's over, you're pumping already. So you have all your stuff ready. You're clicking Blade Fury. You're going to get your Slice and Dice going, and you're just pumping. Remember, you are a Fury Warrior. You are not a Rogue. So don't think you're a Rogue anymore. You are a Fury Warrior. You're able to sit out there and just pump. And you're getting unlimited cooldowns by refreshing them. So the more damage you do, the faster you click your buttons, the faster you're getting cooldowns, theoretically. So I'm pumping up. We're pumping it up. Using Eviscerates off 4 stacks plus. We're echoing. We're going to get rid of Kinney here. So we're going to Blade. We're going to use our between the eyes. We're going to stack it up again. We're going to Blade Fury. Shot for the combo points. We're going to roll the bones. We're going to Kinney shot. And now we're just pumping again. Go for the highest dot you can. We have another dot. We can Mark for Death. Another dot. And we have burst up. And that's when you're just pumping again. So you're basically just PvEing the entire time. There's not really a specific rotation you need to do. I would click your pistol shots whenever they're whenever they're lit up. You click them. Just click them because they did a lot of damage. So click them. When they're not lit up, just click Sinister and they'll proc as you can see. So you're gonna between the eyes, get your combo points back up, roll the bones, Blade Fury, Echo, Adrenaline, Kinney, and now you're just pumping. So your pistol shot came off. You're already black. Sinister. Eviscerate, pistol shot, eviscerate, Blade Fury, sinister, eviscerate, shot because it's on, shot again, roll the bones, our between the eyes are back up, and we're just pumping. And that's all you're doing. Just Blade Fury off, slice and dice whenever you're just in between pumping. Like if they get full HP, that's when you want to slice and dice because obviously you're not going to be able to do this 100 ohm again, so you're just pumping them. As you can see, your cooldowns are just coming off the R, it doesn't even matter. So you'll always have buttons, you'll always have damage when you're using Blade Fury. Just make sure you are clicking Blade Fury off cooldown. Now, you don't really need CC as an Outlaw Rogue. You just don't. So, that is basically my guide, and that's basically all there is to it. It's not a hard class at all. There's not much to it. If you guys want to know the macro I'm using, it's right here. This is just for the adrenaline. It's literally just two things. It's my adrenaline, it's my racial. That's it. That's the only macro that I use, and I'm doing fine. I'm 2100 right now, and we're doing good. We're having a good time. So just gonna wait to get gear. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, like on the rotation and stuff, there's really not much to it. Like I said, it's just an easy rotation. I've only been playing Outlaw for not even that long, and it's just broken. I don't really enjoy playing it because it's such a laid back class. There's no skillful play. You can't outplay somebody as Outlaw anymore because you have cooldowns forever. Like you always have damage. You just always have damage. Like you're just consistently just killing everything. You're killing people's pets. You're just killing everything with Blade Fury. As you can see, my Blade Fury is just pumping. But let me know in the comments if you guys have any questions, all that good stuff. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, smash a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. If you have any questions, obviously comment. If I messed up some stuff, which I probably did, if you have anything, I'm free, I'm open. But obviously I just play sub still because it's just the only fun spec that I enjoy. All these ones are just not really fun to me. You're just PvPing the entire game. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, boys.